Lovely.
So icky.
The Northmen say that their Allfather, Odin, gave his eye in exchange for a drink from Mimir's well,
Mimir.
the Well of Wisdom.
Okay.
In blindness, there can be wisdom.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Only by giving can you receive.
I think you already mentioned this before when you were like giving an eye for something
this
else
reason,
is a common trope.
I give.
I think you mentioned like when we first learnt about Odin and learnt that he sacrificed his eye for like magic, I think.
Yes. So mythology often has like blindness being a metaphor, and that's something that's still normalized today, right? That people are like, it's a metaphor for not being able to like understand or see. Obviously that's really problematic because it associates like visual impairments that real people live with basically not being able to understand things or being like unintelligent or whatever.
And the only reason that people who are visually impaired or blind are unable to understand the world around them is if there aren't things in place for that. So if like Braille isn't readily available, if there aren't audio descriptions, if there aren't alt text for screen readers,
and
like there are methods for people to be able to understand just as well as like non-visually impaired people. It's just people not using those.
Yeah, and that's like access to information as well, right? That says nothing about like the intellectual like capabilities of that person to process information.
Exactly, and it's also, I think, kind of rooted in the whole myth that being able to read is associated with like being knowledgeable and being intelligent, even though being able to read is one, a learnt behaviour, whereas every other aspect of human language is a innate trait of being human. Reading and writing is taught.
Yeah.
And oral tradition existed for centuries, if not millennia, before writing existed, so not being able to read or write in the same way that other people around you can does not mean that you are any less intelligent.
Yeah, that's a really like good and really interesting point, you know, because like I think that that's an interesting intersection, right, between like oral cultures. The oral cultures being devalued is like absolutely a racialized thing, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I'd never really thought about it that way before. Like it's also like something that is disableist towards visually impaired people.
Yeah, and there's also like this whole thing of like you said, oral tradition is like a racialized thing of being seen as lesser. Linguists are sent out to cultures around the world to record the grammars and vocabularies of languages that don't have written tradition, because the academy has decided that that is how we record knowledge, and that is the valid way of recording knowledge is by writing it. And sadly, because of that, that's why languages are going extinct, is because languages that don't have a written tradition, plus the combination of dominant languages around the world through colonialism, such as English and French and Spanish, means that native languages are going extinct because of the combination of those factors, of people preferring to use like English and French and Spanish so that they can socially progress, and losing their native languages, and those native languages not having a written system means that they're lost to the world entirely. So luckily there is a branch of linguistics where like there are linguists who will go out and do this work, who are doing it for the purpose of rejuvenating these languages and ensuring that they can continue. Like it's not just a like, oh, let's find out what these like lesser people are saying kind of way. Like luckily a lot of linguistics has become decolonized, and I'm very happy about that. But yeah, like so many languages have been lost purely because academia decided that the only valid form of knowledge was written and like reading and writing based knowledge.
Well, I think it's important to recognize, like, I think I would argue that like this kind of stuff like still goes on. But like I'm just kind of skeptical of ever saying that something is decolonized. But
oh yeah, for sure. It's the work is still definitely needing to be done, especially as there needs to be more like sort of own voices representation within linguistics as well.
yeah,
Because it's a lot of white European people going to do this stuff.
Well, I think as well, like a couple of things that I would add to that are that these systems of knowledge were systematically and violently, and continue to be systematically and violently, like wiped out through like reservation schools.
Oh yeah, for
and,
sure.
Stuff like that. Basically, like, you know, Indigenous children would be like, you know, killed or beaten or whatever if they practiced their...
If they spoke their mother tongue.
If they spoke their mother tongue, yeah, and because their way of preserving their mother tongue and their cultures and stuff was... Am I disappearing? Do I have a time limit on that?
I have no idea. We're talking too much about linguistics. We're getting, like, Thanos snapped away.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, that happened a lot in Australia and New Zealand in particular. Like, there was a very heavy, like, anti-Indigenous agenda within Australian and New Zealand, like politics and legal systems, and they have only recently started to, like, make reparations for that and, like, try and backtrack, but it's caused so much harm already, and so many languages have gone extinct, and so many people are traumatized or died because of the violence that was enacted on them purely for speaking a language other than English.
Yeah, totally. And then I think that the other thing that I would like bring into the mix is like the role of the academy and like formalized education, because like, I mean, there are like Indigenous people who, you know, do a lot of like work to try to you know, revive and preserve their cultural traditions and their languages and stuff, but they do that work outside the academy. So yeah. I think that like that's also an important consideration, is that we have to think about why, you know, we consider certain kinds of knowledge that are produced in certain contexts as superior to others. But thank you very much for all of that, like, linguistics history. It was really...
If you are interested in it, or if any viewers are interested, my lovely best friend Ellie got me a book called Poems from the Edge of Extinction, and it's a book of translated poems from endangered languages with information about the endangered language and also information about the poet and the translator, and in some cases the poet is the translator. And I will happily lend it to you because it's an amazing poetry collection and very informative.
That sounds really cool.
He was right. It's inside of me. It won't let me go.
Senua, my father, he taught me that the hardest battles are fought in the mind, not the soul. I'm no coward. He proved that to me in the warrior trials. This is just another battle. You can beat it.
This isn't your battle. You don't have to help me.
I want to. Besides,
That's a dead body
warrior.
on the floor. Or the corpse.
Yeah, so the experience of doing this has been pretty much that, like, the control of vibrating has been, like, helping me, and then also
Is that the equivalent of following his voice?
yeah, so, like, following his voice, following the control of vibrations, and following now the sound of the water
Seems there's no escaping.
has been helping with this trial. But, like, obviously I think it's super important to recognise, like, the blindness as metaphor thing, as we've discussed, is problematic.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, does this game have, like, accessibility settings for people who are visually impaired?
I didn't see any when we were looking.
There's a waterfall.
Like, I would be interested in
Then look
what,
for another way.
like, visually impaired gamers have to say about this. Because I don't want to, like, you know, it's not something that I know much about, but I think that it's definitely an issue that, you know, you would use blindness as a metaphor and use it for this level and not actually, you know, think about people who are actually visually impaired in their experience of this game.
Yeah, I also, on the flip side, have a feeling this game would be almost unplayable if you were deaf or hard of hearing. Purely because of the amount of reliance on sound cues.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, like, we've already discussed the subtitles are inaccurate, they're very small, you can't make them any bigger. And also, there's no visual representation of the voices in the head, so it is also very difficult to play from that perspective, but they're also not getting across the message of the voices for people who can't hear the voices.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, there must be a way to do it that isn't, like, visually cluttering, but is, like, a way of showing that things are going on. I don't know, I'm excited to see the sequel and to see what improvements they've made.
Yeah. I've just been assuming that I want to go wherever the controller is vibrating a lot. And that seems to be working for me. That's why I haven't... So what's interesting is that because of that I haven't actually really had to, like, think. I've just had to follow cues.
Like a sensory compass.
Sensory, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, sensory cues. So I haven't actually had to, like, think or use my brain. So while we've been able to have a cool, like, discussion, I've been able to do this level. Because my brain is also really horrible at, like, multitasking unless it's, like, you know, something like this, which, like, I'm not using my, like...
Your conscious brain. Your
Conscious
subconscious brain is doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about one thing that, like, I turned off controller vibration when I was recording GTA 5 because it was really aggressive. Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Jesus.
Oh my
You're breathing too fast.
Oh my god.
That's fucking terrifying. That was like some xenomorph shit.
In and out.
It reminded me of there's this game called The Forest, which is it's a horror survival game, and the, like, main enemies are cannibals, and there are some mutated ones that look like two humans stuck together at the back with, like, lots of arms and legs, and it's icky.
You can do this, Senua.
Yeah, I turned off controller vibration on GTA 5, but the one thing it still kept doing was, you know when someone calls you on the phone? All of their dialogue comes through the controller speaker?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is terrifying and loud. Where's my volume control for the controller?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I understand how that might be immersive, but...
I didn't like it, especially as, like, I was playing the game on quite low volume and there was a guy yelling at me down the phone and saying all these, like, slurs and stuff as well, because that's just
it's
how
GTA.
it is.
Daz is playing GTA for, like, a cool upcoming video, which will probably be out by the time these Let's Play episodes come out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Link in the eye to that, but I hated every minute of playing that game because I was bad at the driving, which is, like, the only fun part, and then everything else just sucked.
Yeah.
You are in control.
It's been a long time since I played it, but...
I got footage of the fondling mini game, where you go in the strip club and you go for a private dance and you have to, like, touch the dancer without the security guard seeing in order to increase her like level towards you.
I fully forgot about that, but now that you're describing it...
And you can play it in first person.
Christ.
So that'll be some of the footage.
Wait.
I also threw some dollars at a pole dancer. I love that the options were like throw $, make it rain. And I was like, yes!
We love to pay women for their labour.
Yeah, like, the only money I spent in that game, because I basically went in, did the tutorial, figured out how to get the shots I needed, and went out. I played maybe 2 hours of the game. So the only things I've spent money on were alcohol and sex worker services. And tipping sex workers.
That's the way it should be. It's like, if you're gonna play that trash game, at least in the trash game, pay sex workers.
Yeah, I mean, our lovely, lovely consultant from Support for Student Sex Workers was saying that even before she was a sex worker and she was playing GTA 5, she would very nicely and safely drop the sex workers off and then, like, be on her way.
So, I love that.
Yeah.
I really love that. I mean, obviously that's, like, basic human decency, but, like, basic human decency towards sex workers is not normalized in our society.
Not at all. And this was before she was a sex worker herself as well, so... Oh my god!
Oh my god.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't hear
I didn't hear it, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
How's our arm? It's not too loud, it's okay, it's like here. Maybe.
Okay. Okay.
It's punishment for us talking about GTA when we should be focusing on the terrible, terrible flesh monsters.
Yeah. Just, don't wanna... Excuse me.
I can't see shit. Oh, there's a plank.
I'm not getting any controller vibrations or anything, so I'm just, like, trying to figure this shit out. Okay, I can't walk over the plank. Love that. Whew. Okay, a checkpoint.
It's all gone very quiet.
Yeah.
There's a fly in the ear as well.
Fucking trust it.
No! Okay, okay.
Oh my god.
Nope. He pulsate at you. Oh my god, I swear if we ever play like Resi on this channel. We're playing Resi 8, right?
Sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
like... Oh my god, yeah, we should play Resi 8, but also, like... Okay, just, my heart rate is through the roof right now.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna stand in my safe little zone for a sec.
Yeah.
It's so much more terrifying, like, just seeing an impression of them.
Yeah. Like the actual monster when it got you is not that scary, but just being like there is something there.
But I can't quite make out what it is, yeah. It's just like a pulsating mass of flesh. It's definitely a Resi type body horror.
Yeah, like the big ones from Resi 7 that like goosh all over you when you shoot them.
Yeah.
Or also some of the demons in Doom look like that as well. The big ones that fire liquid at you.
Yeah.
That looks like a building.
Yeah. I can like hearing the fire crackling was helpful. Is that a flesh monster?
Yes. I think the light gets slightly like you get like red and blue on you when there's like a monster nearby.
Yeah.
Which is very subtle, but
I'm fucking terrified. I don't know how to get past him.
Mayhaps that's not the way.
Yeah. Okay, my controller's vibrating. Well,
This is the door you came in, isn't it?
yeah. Am I definitely supposed to be in this building? That's what I'm...
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's all saving, so... So I guess I do have to sneak past that motherfucker.
Stairs? No,
Stairs.
table. Oh, don't like that. Oh, don't like that creature. Oh, thank you.
A lot harder being in the enclosed space and trying to figure out where to go within it.
Yeah, that's the main space again, isn't it? With the pit on the floor.
Yeah, I think I've ended up back by the door. I don't fucking...
There's gotta be a way past there, right? Somehow. Ugh.
Okay, I can kind of use my focus. That was me using my focus. I might just back in... I was trying to...
Oh no.
I can't tell if I just went out the way I came or what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell if I'm just going back the way I came or... Or these pulsating flush sacks. Lovely.
So icky.
That was me slowly sneaking past the monster. Not shitting my pants at all.
Hey, exit, where are you? Keep coming back to this dining table.
Yeah.
Also, what is this?
No clue.
It just looks like a pile of something.
Okay, and then I can hear the fire.
And we're back at the entrance, right?
I guess. Should I just
Brazier?
go to it? Yeah. Why did they have to introduce flesh monsters?
I don't know. Not at all confusing. I see a flash man.
All too well.
Two of them.
So gross.
Just the way they're like bloop bloop bloop.
Boop. Like, you okay, bro? You're just gonna... Just the other guy moving? Invisible wall. Great, thanks.
Not what you need right now.
Absolutely not.
Light source. Right. Door! Door?
Yeah? We didn't hear these chimes before,
No.
did we?
Door.
No, it looks like a different...
This is new.
Oh.
Hooray!
Yay, something new. Oh my
Yeah.
god, this fucking level.
Moving forward, you'll hear more growls, and turning left, you can just make out a thin beam over a pit of monsters. We need to move slowly across and reposition yourself if Senua tilts too far in one direction. At the other end, you'll dive into a well where more monsters await in the dark, but a ray of light shines at the end.
Are those like the last two obstacles that I have to get through at least?
To make it out, wait for monsters to move out of the ray of light's path to move forward and carefully move around any hanging bodies you encounter. When you feel the monsters near the front actually patrol, so don't worry if you slide past others as long as you keep the light in front of you and dodge around bodies. Oh no!
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Okay, and then so after the balancing and the well and the light, then this trial is over. And you can get the sword. And then we enter the sea of corpses.
Can't tell how bad this is looking, but I feel like it's looking pretty bad.
Bam. There it is.
How the fuck? I don't know how I'm supposed to be able to do that. Like,
I couldn't even see what way she was tilting until she was falling. I was like, oh, she's going this way, not that way.
yeah.
You need to go left. Ugh.
I was trying, but it was like too late.
Yeah. Should be okay.
I can't even tell how far up her arm that is.
No.
I don't know how to, like, change my approach. Like, I don't know how to do that differently.
Yeah.
Do you want to give it
I will try.
Okay, if you're sure. I need a minute.
Yeah.
I'm approaching it now.
There we go.
Okay. Like,
How do you do the leaning?
with the right analog stick. So left is move forward and right is... Okay, you did it. Thank you.
As well.
It's okay.
Don't turn back. You're getting close.
Oh well.
Yeet! Okay, so we just have to head towards the light and skirt around all the monsters. And the hanging bodies. One, two, right.
Yeah.
Where's the light gone? Where'd he go? Billion.
I hate this so much. I'm so ready for this to be over.
Yes, I can see you too.
It's fucking
Take
good.
a deep breath. Take a sip.
She could spend hours.
days even.
No.
Trapped within herself.
No.
In the dark.
Absolutely not.
You see me?
Yes.
Your eyes were open, but you were
Thank you for getting me across that beam.
gone.
It's okay. Otherwise we probably would
When
have
it finally
perma-died.
let her go, she could be anywhere, with no memory of how she got there.
When it comes for me, I have no power over it.
But here, for the first time, someone was there to help.
But I heard your voice. You brought me back.
You found your own way back. All you needed was a little help. A little hope.
Oh my god, I hated that so fucking much.
It's over. Sword time!
Finally.
With Gramr reforged, you will have Odin's blessing to walk, a goddess, into the halls of Helheim and challenge Helheim as an equal.
Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. If you aren't already, remember to subscribe and hit that bell button to know when we upload next.
On screen, you can find this whole playlist for this Let's Play, and you can find a link to our latest video essay. If you like what you see, consider supporting us on Patreon. The link to our Patreon is in the description of every video.
Thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, take care.